name is Chelsea. Welcome back to my channel. This is Be Sweet, Stand Tall, and Plan. Today I am not planning, but I'm going over all of the books that I read in February, which it is the end of March, but better late than never, right? So I am using Kelva Plan's reading planner to kind of keep track of what I'm reading and to write down notes, thoughts, what I'm reading, when I read it, basically all that. And then I write, I got some series to add to my Goodreads of Want to Reads from my friend Asa. So I put those down here to make sure I added them. Thoughts for our next book club book. And then I filled out, the days that I read. I kind of had like a little hiatus here, but that's okay. You don't have to read every day, right? You just read for enjoyment. If you're not feeling like reading, then don't read. Let's see. I did not get through last month's reviews. I'm still working on writing through reviews, but that's fine. My favorite book this month was definitely Destroy the Day. I also listened to, we'll get into it, but I listened to A Court of Silver Flames, parts 1 and 2, which was also really good. So, but I've already read it. This was a reread, so I feel like a reread can't compete with a new read. So Destroy the Day is my favorite new read, whereas A Court of Silver Flames was my favorite reread. You make your own rules, people. This is what I use the monthly for. I keep track of books that I buy through the month. And then when I finish and start books. So, finished. No, what did I finish first? A Court of Wings and Ruin. But I was listening to the graphic audio version. So it was part 3. Which was so... if you've read it, you know that the ending is just so heart-wrenching. So I was definitely listening to this while I was working and may or may not have been tearing up at work. But that's fine. So I finished this on the 1st, and then we moved on into A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is like a little novella. But again, I was listening to the graphic audio version, and this is like... it was like their winter break, right? Like it was their winter solstice, and it was just, they weren't fighting anybody. It was kind of like the aftermath of war and what you go through and what people go through and the after part, right? It was just a little snippet. And I really like this book because it doesn't have any big events happening, you know what I mean? It's just life. And I think it's really nice to have in between A Court of Wings and Ruin and A Court of Silver Flames. It's a nice palette cleanser. So we finished this around the same time that I finished A House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book in the Crescent City series, because I was trying to finish it so I could start the third one, which came out in January. So finish this. Total cliffhanger that this left on. You were like, oh, really? So thank goodness I didn't read it when it first came out and then having to wait for this next book, right? I could just jump right in. Which I actually didn't do. Like, I started it and then I wasn't feeling it. I'm kind of a mood reader, so I actually read Scarred on my Kindle. Because it was on Kindle Unlimited, so you could read it for free. I pay a monthly subscription, but you can read as many books in that monthly subscription as you want, as long as it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I read Scarred by Emily McIntyre, and that was really good. It was good. It was, it's like a dark romance, like Lion King retelling, but focuses on like the villain. So like Scar, but it wasn't, his name's not Scar. It was really good though, if you like spicy books. So I finished that, and then I started, did I start here? I also started A Court of Silver Flames Part 1. Again, the graphic audio version, which was really good. And this was in 2 parts, I believe. Is it 2 parts? Yes, 2 parts. I really love Nesta. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about. But some people don't like her, and I just think she's misunderstood. Like, she's gruff around the edges, but she has her reasons. And I really like her story and how she works through all of her trauma, basically. Okay, so we had Court of Silver Flames, and then I did part 2. And this is House of Flame and Shadow, which I started here, but I didn't even finish it until here. And it was good. I wanted other things from it. And some of the stories, because you have different characters' point of views, right? And some of the characters' point of views, you were just, you didn't really feel like they needed to be there. Like Ethan's story, I don't know why. I don't know what happened with his story, but like it was going so good, and then it just kind of took a nosedive. And Tharian, I mean, I don't know where his story's leading, but it was cool because there's kind of a, I can't really say what there is, but because it would spoil everything, but it's it was good. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but there were other things I wish would have been a little better. And then we finished out the month with Destroy the Day. This was the 3rd book in the Defy the Night series. It doesn't have a special name or anything. It's Defy the Night, Defend the Dawn, and then Destroy the Day. And I thought it was really good. It's a fantasy, and there is some romance, but it's like closed door romance. It's not like real descriptive. You know what I mean? It's a lot of, there's a lot of like build up and stuff, kind of a slow burn, which I like, and there's a lot of politics in it as well. Like they're defending a kingdom, and you know, it's good. I really enjoyed this book and the story and all of the characters, and the ending. I really liked the ending because I mean, I don't know. The ending is probably hit or miss for some people, but I really appreciated the happy ending. So yeah, those are all the books that I've read, which I, keep track of here. And then throughout the month, I just write little snippets, notes. I write down quotes. These are covered because I feel like they're kind of spoilers. And if you want to read these books, I don't want to ruin anything for you. The stickers I used are from Wrong Wrong's Bookworm, the first one. It looks more a little springy, I would say. And then the second one looks more fallish. So I used the first one. Use stickers from that. And I just wrote down, so like here was my like reading hiatus. I got stuck watching, not stuck, but I started watching Bridgerton again. And forgot how good it was. So this whole, like these 4 days were spent watching Bridgerton. And then I got back into reading and, yeah. Destroy the Day I actually finished in March, but I'm counting it in February just because February landed kind of funky and it's with this section. So I'm counting it in March, I'm counting it in February, I'm not counting it in March. It was really good though. And then I put this here because the way the pages worked, like I needed 5, but I couldn't have just 5. So I taped this book club page in from the back. There's this book club section where you get some extra pages. So I just took one of those and put in so I could write down notes for the book club book that we read. We're supposed to get together in April and pick a new book. And then back here is just another reading log, but this one has a spot for the authors, started and finished kind of dates. And I don't know if I showed this in the beginning, but I have, you know, my key, and I write down, I color in the stars that I'm giving it with the corresponding color. So yes, that was February. Let me know if you're enjoying these videos, if I should keep going, and I enjoy sharing what I'm reading. If you have any book recommendations, I love those. I love adding to my ever-growing TBR list. Physical and not, right? But anyways, thank you for watching, and if you're not already, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe, and remember to be sweet.